Hello guys, it's Bowie from Sweden. Now the whole reason for this video, the whole reason this purchase happened is because a few months ago I saw a Bionet case hardened blue gem just like this one, the #1 pattern, listed on Skin Baron for 1,700 euro. That one was well worn, and I remember I wanted to buy it, but I never pulled the trigger. A guy ended up buying it from Skin Baron and he actually got a VAC ban because he was cheating, so that blue gem Bionet is just completely lost. That's why I was looking for blue gem Bionet case hardens, which leads me to all of the items that I bought. Now, I bought a lot of cool items, but before I show you guys all of them, I want to thank today's sponsor who made this video possible, who coincidentally is Skin Baron, the whole reason I was even looking for blue gems. Now, most of you probably already know what Skin Baron is, but for those of you that don't know, it's a real cash marketplace, meaning that you can buy and sell skins for real money. So, say for example, you have an M9 Ruby and you want to sell it for real money, well then you could go on here and you can sell it for 2.5 to 3k euro. And Skin Baron is also good if you're planning on buying skins. For example, say that you want a new knife, maybe a Bionet Tiger Tooth. Well, on the Steam community market, you'd have to pay 340 euro for one. Meanwhile, on Skin Baron, one is listed right now for 225 euro. Skin Baron is also a site that I personally use myself to sell skins, and I've sold and bought tens of thousands of euro worth of skins throughout the time that I've used the site, and every time it's worked flawlessly, and I get the money to my bank account very quickly, and depositing is just as easy. Anyways, if you want to use Skin Baron to buy or sell skins, then please use the code from the description. It's my affiliate link, and it helps me to make videos like this and also case openings, which Skin Baron sponsor. But now, let's get on with the video. Now, these are the 6 items that I bought in the blue gem collection. First of all, let's start with the AK, which looks like this. Now, this isn't the scar pattern, even though it's got the scar right there. This is pattern ID 555, and this is counted as the top 9th AK case hardened skin, and it's also considered a tier 1 skin, which means that it's very blue, it's very nice. The one that I used to have, the scar pattern, is of course much more expensive and much better, but this is still a really good and still affordable AK as compared to the scar pattern, which is way too expensive. This one is minimal wear and has a 0.10 float, which is pretty decent, and this is what it looks like in game. So as you can see, the top is really blue, but unlike some of the blue gems, the magazine is also pretty blue, and the backside as well. So this is a really nice play skin AK that I'm gonna probably keep for a while. Now, this AK is a tier 1, like I said, and the cheapest tier 1 that I could find is listed for $650, but the cheapest 555 that I found was listed for $1,750, but I don't think this one is gonna sell for that, because I think that's a pretty expensive listing, but it's somewhere in between there. Next up, I have a Bowie Knife, case hardened, field tested, which looks like this, and the name, as you can see, probably reveals a little hint about it. This is pattern ID 182, so it's the world's best Bowie Knife case hardened pattern. Basically, it's the most blue pattern you can get. And now it's a little hard to see, but here at the top, the whole end of the knife or whatever, it's all blue, which is pretty cool. Now, Bowie Knife is one of the knives which are mirrored, so both sides of the blade look exactly the same, so it's a really crazy knife. It's got the most amount of blue I think I've ever had on a knife. This one is probably worth around $2,500. That's at least what the guy I bought these from wanted for it, and also a friend of mine bought one of them, and he also bought it for $2,500, so I guess it's safe to say that this one is around $2,500. Now, this is what it looks like in the game. As you can see, it's just a ridiculous amount of blue if you count both sides, especially since the end of the knife is completely blue as well. I really like this one. It's just a shame that the top, while inspecting it, isn't blue, but I think that may have been a little bit too OP. Now, the next skin is a Bionet case hardened, which is probably my favorite knife from all of these 6 skins. This one is insane. insane. And the name, you can probably tell, is something special about this knife. This one, strangely, coincidentally enough, has the same pattern ID as the AK-555, and it is the best possible pattern for the bayonet case hardened. Just like with the Bowie, this is the pattern that has the most amount of blue, but the bayonet is a much better knife than the Bowie. Generally. This one is worth something in between $4,000 to $5,000 maybe, but the one I have is duped, so it's worth a little less. A friend of mine has this exact same knife, the other duped version of it, and another friend is selling one exactly the same, just a little worse float, I think. And then James Bardolph has one, which he's borrowing from another friend of mine. And the other ones, I think, are either inactive or a VAC banned, so it's basically pretty cool that me and some trader friends own all of these P1 bayonets. I think that's really cool. Now, I'm not sure how much this one would actually sell for, but since the other versions that are non-duped sell for 4.5 to 5k, maybe it's safe to say that this one would be on the lower end of that one if I'm lucky. But let's say that it's 5k because I'm trying to get a really big and juicy number for the clickbait. Now, this is what it looks like in game. As you can see, the whole play side of the knife is just completely blue. The back side is kind of shit though, but the play side, that's where it's at. Oh my god, yeah, this is really a knife I've wanted for a super long time, and since this is the best pattern on one of the original knives, this one really has like OG collector status. Next up, I bought this Talon, and as you can see just by this little thumbnail, you probably understand that this is a hefty knife. The backside, it's decent, the ring is blue, which I like, and the bottom half of the blade, but the play side, that's where the magic happens. This one is well worn, and this is the 18th best Talon case hardened pattern. This one is worth approximately $3.5 to $4.5 thousand. The guy I bought these skins from said that he got an offer on this one for 4.5k, but another trader friend that I talked to, he said that he thinks it might sell for that much, but that he himself personally probably wouldn't buy it for that much. I'm gonna count this one as 4.5k, but in reality, it's probably gonna sell for less. And here it is in game, as you can see, almost the full blade is blue. It's just that tiny little quarter missing. Now, I had one of these similar, the pattern 222, which you guys probably remember from the videos I made on it. And this one is a bit worse than that one, but it basically packs the same amount of heat in game. Like, if you pull out this one in game, no one's gonna see the difference. This is just a huge flex. Next up, you can see this here Stiletto, which is pretty blue. This Stiletto is field tested, and both of the sides of this knife are extremely blue. According to Broskins, this is the top 5 best Stiletto case hardened pattern, but I think Broskins only counts one side and not both of them. So one of these sides might be the top 5, but together, I think if you want a Stiletto which has both of the sides max blue, I think this one might be one of the best, although I'm not sure. One of my trader friends said that some people had problem trading that number 4 top skin, and as this one is the number 5, it might take a very long time for me to sell this one. I found one listed for $1,050, but it hasn't sold for a while, but that's what I'm gonna count this one as, even though, once again, I think this one will end up selling for less than that. And here the Stiletto is in game. I really like that both of the sides, the play side and the back side, are blue, because with all animations of the Stiletto, you see both of the sides, like when you spin it or when you just equip it, like you see both of the sides. You start with the back side and then you go to the play side. So I think with this one, it's important that both sides are blue, which thankfully this one is. And finally, the navajo, as you can see, is just ridiculous. It looks like a Smurf penis. This one apparently is the 20th best pattern, but as I said, I think Broskins only counts one of the sides. So if you want both sides blue, I think this one might as well be one of the better ones. This is pattern ID 638, and this one is well worn, and I didn't find any well worns with this pattern listed. However, I did find a field tested one, but that was listed for $1,600, and this one definitely isn't worth that much. And I found other field tested blue gems listed for $850. So since this is well worn, maybe this is $600-700 if I'm lucky. I think that still sounds pretty high, so I'm not sure. And finally, here the navajo is in game. I think this is probably my least favorite out of the 5 knives that I bought. The play side is pretty good, but the backside is so much better, because the backside is just completely blue, as you can see here. But yeah, this is definitely what you get if you want to have a blue gem, but you still have a budget, and you don't want to have to sell a kidney, which, trust me, I had to do to buy this. Now, all of these 6 skins I bought from Slow Goldfish, and I already asked him if it was okay that I show him in the video, and he said that it's fine. And as you can see, he's got some really nice screenshots of this. Like, this artwork I really like. This one looks insane. So thank you very much, Mr. Slow Goldfish. But he was selling all of these 6, and individually the prices were decent. I mean, he wanted to sell them for approximately market price. And then I asked him if I buy all of them, if he would do a better price, and he would. So I got a pretty decent price on all of these. I'm happy for it at least. And now I don't think I'll end up selling these for a 15k actually. That's like the maximum which these might be worth. But as I said, some of these have downsides, like the navajo is not a very attractive knife and it's well worn. The Talon is well worn, and there are so many good blue playside Talon gems that this one is going to be hard to sell as well. The Bionet is duped, and overall these are probably going to take a really long time to sell if I wanted to. But since he gave me a good price if I bought all of them, and I wanted to buy all of them because now I've just kick-started my blue gem collection once again, I thought, why the hell not? Now, if you guys want to see me make a showcase of these, I'll probably won't make it as hardcore as I did the last Talon case hardened showcase. Just a little fun thing, then please tell me in a comment or so, because I love making showcases. But I mean, if you guys want it, please tell me. And once again, thank you, Mr. Skin Baron, for sponsoring this video. Please use the code in the link in my description. And thank you guys for watching this video. I'll be back next time when I'll have to ask the Colombian doctor to sew back my kidney after I've ended up selling all of these skins. Very nice!